What about decentralising or partial decentralisation? And what I mean by that is I've had a lot of conversations with people that are talking about downsizing and increasing the working from home facility with maybe social hubs or serviced offices that are done on some kind of rota system. And this ties directly into cost assessments going forward. There's going to be decreased revenue across the board. We're going to come into some kind of recession. So taking those steps makes commercial sense to a lot of companies. Obviously, you'll have to make those assessments yourselves. But there are HR implications as well. What do you think about that?
Yeah, there are. Any changes to working environments does have an HR impact, an impact on your people. So with the decentralisation, I mean, a lot of companies have had to do this anyway because of the situation. So some of the issues that are sort of key to coming out with this generally evolves around people management and again some communication. But you know, it's very different. So if you're used to working in an office 8 till 6, Monday to Friday, you've got your team there, everybody's visible. Whether they're being productive or not is another matter. You know, you as a manager, you feel in control. You know, you can see everyone, you can take someone out for coffee. As soon as that's taken away and you can't see everyone, I mean, you might check in on them on, you know, just check they're on Zoom every so often, but you know, it's very difficult to feel in control. And I think that's what businesses are struggling a little bit with. You do have different types of workers who adjust to this different way of working. So you find that you'll have people who are overworking and people who are underworking. Some people just don't adjust very well to working from home. So it can be quite difficult to manage performance. So this is coming up quite a lot in our HR conversations with companies of how to manage performance effectively when people aren't in the office. You can't physically see them. So there's going to be, and there already is, a real shift from looking at people's outputs rather than where they are and what they're doing. It's looking at what they're actually delivering. Not so much of when they're doing it, it's what's coming out at the end of it. So there is going to be a shift around looking at the people's jobs, the content of those roles and the outputs. Like I was saying, a lot of the focus is now on how to manage performance when people aren't physically in the office. So it's very much looking at output of the work being delivered. So it's, you know, you're having to assess people's work and how it's delivered. And then as a manager, what you're looking for, what's important to you in that work that's being delivered. Other things which people need to consider is people feeling isolated or people just being really easily distracted and allowing for that as well. So, you know, the postman calls, is there a procedure around that? You get a delivery, what's the procedure around that? Some employers are taking it to the extreme where they literally have a procedure that people have to follow if there is a delivery and you're at work. Other people are a bit more relaxed about it. So a lot of it does come down to the culture and the leadership and how that business likes to operate. So you do kind of have to assess how you'll need procedures and policies in place, but it's up to you really how hard you come down on that.